With all this thotty body drama I've been in lately, I feel like a lot of you may get the wrong idea and think that I'm just this angry, foul-mouthed, handsome guy that likes to talk and shit on females and call them thots, when in reality, I'm more so of this angry, foul-mouthed, handsome guy that likes to talk about everybody equally, especially bad people, which is why I'm doing a video on this disturbing, disgusting little fucker right here, Mexican Andy. Throughout this video, my goal is to make your stomach hurt in some form of way. If I don't make your stomach hurt, I feel like I failed. So to kind of warm you up, I'm going to play this clip.
Oh, man. Hell yeah, bro. I'm fucking fat as fuck. Fat fuck. Fat boy serum, bro. I'm be like this, look. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, homie. Yeah.
Don't really gotta say too much more, do I? Intro.
Yeah, bitch, I still got it. Woo! White team, stand up.
Nigga, hold this fucking L, nigga. Nah, nigga, you hold this L for that bum ass.
Why am I still getting hate?
We shoot tonight, y'all.
Alright, so I figure I start off strong to kind of set the tone for who he is. Here's a clip of Mexican Andy bragging and being excited about getting an 11-year-old Snapchat.
Chat though. Show your Snapchat. Show your snap code.
Pedo
Show
back.
your snap code. A lot of people are gonna fucking add you right now. Bro, you think I'm gonna check your phone?
Oh no.
I would not check your phone. I got you there. I got you. I'll get you up.
And no, you cannot defend that. There's no way you can try to be like, oh, well, maybe no. No, she didn't even look remotely. She barely looked 11. So therefore, he knew exactly what he was doing. He was getting an 11-year-old Snapchat. He told her to snap him. You know how fucking disgusting that is? He was live on stream in front of maybe 1,000 or so people, and he was getting an 11-year-old Snapchat, and he was excited about it. It wasn't like a fan thing. He's like, oh, hell yeah. And the reason he's so excited is because Mexican Andy is, I mean, I shouldn't have to really tell you that he's really, really bad at getting attention from females in a non-creepy way. There are so many times that he's interacting with females that just made people's stomachs hurt. There's so many times that people have seen him interact with a female and just cringe. There's so many clips that I don't have enough time to put them in. Every female he comes in contact with finds him absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Get out of my face. You're bad energy. Put the fucking camera down. You don't have to stream in a YouTube.
Calm down.
It's not just an appearance thing. It's his behavior. Mexican Andy's behavior towards women is so fucking filthy that even when he actually gets an opportunity to have a conversation with these women, he says things that are just downright disturbing, creepy, and rapey. There was once this chick that he was DMing that for some odd reason felt like he might have been a good person on the inside, so she was having a conversation with him. And during the conversation, obviously, Mexican Andy's whole objective when he DMs these chicks is to try to sleep with them. So during the conversation, she mentions how she's going through a lot right now. She doesn't want to meet up. She's struggling paying her hospital bill. She just got out the hospital. Really emotional shit. Mexican Andy's response was, would she like to sleep with him on stream? What kind of sick ass logic is that? That's not shooting your shot. I'm all for shooting your shot, but this is beyond shot shooting. This is full court heaves. It's not just a full court heave, it's a full court heave with a Cosby pill. What are you doing? This chick is telling you some deep shit about having hospital problems, and you're trying to sleep with her, and then you want to do it on stream?
Hey, what kind of guy do you think I am, huh?
One chick actually agreed to meet up with him if she could bring a friend, because obviously you don't want to meet up with some creepy ass dude on your own, because she knows that at any given moment he can go from Mexican Andy to Mexican Cosby. So she wanted to bring a friend. Andy was like, fuck that shit. If you're trying to bring a friend, that's a no-go for me. She's very adamant about bringing the friend for safety, and he just kept saying, if you bring a friend, it's not happening. I'm not meeting up with you. I have no intention to see you at all unless it's a one-on-one where we're by ourselves.
Hey, what kind of guy do you think I am, huh?
So there goes the opportunity to meet a female. She clearly said, fuck no, I'm not meeting you without my friend. That's just disgusting. You might try something. So that's strike two. Strike three comes when he finally does get a female to go with him on an RV trip, right? There was an event where a bunch of Twitch streamers hopped in the RV and streamed it all as they made this road trip, and he got her to come through to the RV, but there was a misunderstanding for why she was coming. She brought donuts for all the streamers. She just wanted to say hey. She was fans of a lot of the people there, and he thought that that meant that she was going to sleep with him specifically. She said she couldn't go anywhere without him following her around like a little puppy.
He just said like, yeah, let's go somewhere. Come on, let's go somewhere. Like, just me and you. Come on, let's go.
And every time I would walk to my car to get something, he would literally like about to jump in the passenger seat.
The reason he followed her around like that was because he thought, based off their DM conversations, that she wanted to fuck him. So he was trying to get her away from everybody else and take her to a hotel, when in reality she had no intentions of fucking him at all, which led to Andy storming off and throwing a hissy fit.
Andy, we don't want you to leave.
Andy,
I don't know.
just go take a minute, maybe. What happened?
I told you, bro. I'm just gonna get out of here, man. Book a flight. Fuck out of here.
Nicole, apologize. I did. Apologize now. Andy, I did.
He's taking over.
Which again led to people showing sympathy to someone who deserves no sympathy. He came back and he made them kick her off the road trip and send her back home because she wouldn't sleep with him, pretty much.
What did I do?
It's not even you or anything. It's just better, you know what I mean?
Sucked his dick. No, you didn't.
So far in this video, Mexican Andy has proven to be a potential pedophile and a creepy sexist. At this point, I'm pretty sure you're not going to be surprised by anything that I say next. So I'm just going to go ahead and say Mexican Andy is a racist. That's not even like a guess. That's not me reaching. I'm not being like a social justice or anything. He's actually a racist. There's plenty of proof of it. He went into a stream, multiple streams. This is something he does. He goes to streams and he spams up just stereotypical racist things.
Why did you get banned? You were racist.
Yeah,
Why?
on chats, and I didn't know you could get banned for that.
That's racist.
I didn't know you can get banned for that. That's stupid. I used to do that shit all the time.
That's
This time
racist.
I don't care.
That was the time he went to a black streamer's Twitch and just spammed up all kinds of racist nonsense. It didn't even make sense. It was just stereotypes, and it just said stuff like KFC, watermelon, black this, N-word this. None of it was coherent. None of it made sense. It wasn't even clever. You just said everything that you could say to try to offend a black person and failed miserably. I don't think that person gave a fuck. I didn't give a fuck. No black person would probably give a fuck. When it comes to you being racist, you have to be someone that is generally respected, or someone has to care about your opinion to begin with for the racism to work, which Mexican Andy is absolutely none of. He went on a tirade about white privilege at one point and pulled out this Guatemalan card. I didn't know that card existed.
Like that's white privilege shit right there, man. Like that's the shit I don't get, man. That's only because I'm fucking Guatemalan, bro. Like it's some white privilege shit, bro. Like that shit pisses me off so much.
This is another race card that I did not know existed whatsoever. He pulled it out. He said the only reason he doesn't get attention or liked is not because of his personality, his looks, or any of that creepy bullshit that he does. It's because he's not white, which is just a sad excuse. It's a horrible excuse for not getting attention. His name is Mexican Andy, and he didn't pick that name. They gave him that name. People didn't even know that he was Guatemalan or whatever. People thought he was Mexican, so he can't blame it on that.
Do you have an IQ lower than 70?
Yeah.
Now I know you're thinking like, man, that guy is probably the toughest fucker in the world, right? I know you're thinking that. That's a tough motherfucker right there. I bet no one's fucked with him in real life. You're wrong. You're wrong. Every time he's ran into any altercations in real life, he's got bitched out to the absolute max.
Hey, what kind of guy do you think I am, huh?
Here's a clip of him getting robbed by an unarmed homeless man. You know how bad you have to be to get robbed by an unarmed homeless man?
Alright, dude. Hold on, here. Alright, man. Some more. Oh, you need one more? Alright, yes, sir. Some more. Alright, yes, sir. That's no more, dude.
And after the guy takes his money, guess what our guy Mexican Andy does? He says thank you. You know how much of a bitch you have to be to thank someone for robbing you?
Alright, thank you. No, wait. It's fine, dude. It's fine.
Yeah, that's right.
It's fine, dude.
There was this incident.
Oh my god, bro, that was just spamming the whole chat, dude. What the fuck is this, man? Don't spam the chat like that, dude, please. Bro,
Hey,
no.
fucking guy.
Huh?
You fucking recording me or something?
No, man, I'm recording.
If you shit some fucking where else.
Alright then.
You understand? Smash.
That racist energy all of a sudden disappeared. There was no fight back. There was no beta strong god behavior. That's not the Andy I know. That's not the tough guy I've seen typing on the keyboard before. Who is this guy? This isn't the Andy I know. And it gets worse. I know. You don't believe it. It gets worse. Since we know our guy's a huge fan of 11-year-old girls, let's see how he interacts with 11-year-old boys.
Yo, what's up, bros? How you doing, man?
Stop recording me, bro.
Alright, bro. Don't worry, bro. I got you, man. I got you. I won't do that. You ready for the bus too?
What?
You ready for the bus too?
No, dude, I'm at the bus stop, stupid ass.
Oh, okay.
That's just pathetic. That's absolutely pathetic. An 11-year-old bullied you? Who gets bullied by an 11-year-old? Probably gonna try to find that kid's Snapchat or Twitter and send him all kind of racist messages. And I didn't mention it earlier, but he likes to think that because he has a following now, that females are obligated to sleep with him. I didn't mention that during the sexist part, but that's why he feels like he can just tell people to sleep with him on stream. He tells them to check out his YouTube and check out his Twitch. This is a raid that he did recently to a female to try to fuck her.
Wait, who's rating
Me?
this?
I ain't fucking rating, okay? You check my YouTube channel, right? Fuck.
Everybody hold up. I think we're getting a raid.
Everybody hold up!
I definitely
treat you like
am
a
missing
queen,
all
my
of
lady.
that. But that's okay.
My lady,
I love
treat you like a
raids.
queen.
Raids are
You're
beautiful
watching
and
this right now,
awesome
my
and
lady.
lovely. Everybody hold up. Hi everybody.
I am fucking rating. Please check my YouTube channel. Please search Mexican Andy, please.
Oh, he wants to bang me. Well, damn. That's pretty nice. That's cool. What up, Bang Bus? Welcome aboard the Wheeler Wagon. Thank you so much for your follow.
I'm not being a dick. I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to treat you like a queen for fuck's sake. Somebody give her my YouTube channel, please. Give her my damn YouTube fucking channel, man. Woo!
The whole thing was really, really cringy. The whole entire thing was just disgusting, and she reacted to it later, and she thought it was absolutely disgusting too, and she called him very thirsty, which is true. She's not a liar, if nothing else. He's a very thirsty individual.
Hey, what kind of guy do you think I am, huh?
So far it makes him, what, a pedo, sexist, racist, cringy, thirsty, little disgusting fucker, right? And she's not the first girl to be disgusted by Mexican Andy at all. There's plenty of times where he tried to even kind of sort of get close and they shut that shit down to the absolute max. I'm talking Matumbo swats.
Never kiss, never touch.
Joe, let Andy kiss you. Do it for the content.
So we're gonna have anything else to do besides just going home?
I have things to do at home.
Oh, you have things? Okay. That's cool then, I guess. I mean, we should hang out.
Oh no, thanks.
Okay, that's fine.
Mexican Andy's face looks like a pizza. Pepperoni pizza.
This is Mexican Andy. You think he's a cute fella?
I mean, he
No,
ain't bad.
ugly.
Well, you
Come on, let's be serious here. What do you think about
he a
my
little
dog?
bit overweight.
No!
He ugly as fuck.
So now you're probably wondering, well, if he's as unlikable as I say, and if he's so disgusting, cringy, creepy, how the fuck did he get this big following to begin with? Well, it's a funny story. A funny story that Mexican Andy won't tell you, by the way. He's been asked about it. He tries to pretend it never happened. But the way that Mexican Andy even got popular to begin with is he originally stalked. Yes, he's now a stalker. That's a part of the list. He's a stalker now. He stalked a very popular streamer known as Ice Poseidon. Ice Poseidon is the most known streamer in social media. You'll see people spamming up CX and all that shit. That's for Ice. That's his fan base, and those are the people that Mexican Andy got known through because he would stalk him. If Ice Poseidon turned on his camera and streamed anything, Mexican Andy would look up his location and race to him just to be seen on camera.
What?
How's it going?
Mexican Andy?
Mexican Andy?
Mexican Andy right there. He's a stalker of mine.
He did this over the course of months and months until people started to recognize and remember him. Like, oh, that's the guy that creepily follows you around every time you turn on the stream, right? Which led to people wanting to see him get bullied and picked on and all kind of crazy shit because he was so desperate for attention, he would let people do anything embarrassing to him to get that attention. So now people follow him not so much so because they like him, because they like to fuck with him is more so why you follow him. He's delusional enough to think that these people like him and are fans of his, when in reality they hate his fucking guts and just want. He's like Nicole Arbor. If we had to compare him to someone, he's Nicole Arbor. He doesn't have a fan base, he has a hate base.
Hey, what kind of guy do you think I am, huh?
At this point in the video, I feel like I've said and done enough to make you hate Mexican Andy as much as I hate Mexican Andy, right? Let's go back over what he is, right? He's racist, sexist, cringy, pedo, disturbing, disgusting, possibly mentally challenged little fucker that no one should like, no one should feel sorry for, and no one should defend. Because if you do defend him, he might start stalking you. He might slide in your DMs. If anybody ever calls you Mexican Andy, if they ever compare you to Mexican Andy, I automatically know that means they want to fight you. If anybody says you remind me of Mexican Andy, Just start swinging. Throw as many punches as you can, because at that point, there's nothing to lose. That's the worst insult. You can call me a lot of things, but once you call me a Mexican Andy, we can't be cool anymore. That's the lowest thing. Like, if there's a totem pole for insults, a Mexican Andy is right at the bottom. And again, I say there's so much. There's a lot that I had to leave out. It's so fucking much. I forgot to say he was a thief.
Mexican Andy, dude, if you see this, bro, I want my shit back. I'm gonna smack the fuck out of you, dude.
Mexican Andy's done every disgusting thing in the book. So at this point, if you hate Mexican Andy as much as I do, and you think he deserves the L, make sure you leave a like for it. And also, the reason I haven't uploaded for like the last 3 days is because my mother and my grandmother are in town, so I've been preoccupied with that. Feel free to say hi below. And of course, if you're new, feel free to subscribe to join me and the famous show on our path to greatness. And until next time, I am the famous king, and I am...
Check my YouTube channel, please. Search Mexican Andy, please.
On the E-way, doing like 110, 12, looking for the suspect. And out here, on the E-way, doing like 110, 12, looking for the suspect.